If you've seen this in your box, this is the freehand system. It is actually put in to the front hole on the front of your machine, kind of at a slight angle, angling to your knee, and give it a good little push until it goes in. So it's kind of like about 6:30 angle, almost 7 o'clock, and you'll be using your knee to lift and lower the presser foot. And every time you do this, you have complete control and immediate response of the foot lifting and lowering on your fabric. So let me show you how this works. When I press with my knee all the way to the right, you'll notice that your presser foot will actually lift up a little bit higher, allowing for extra thickness to go underneath your foot. When you release it, it will come and sit back down on the fabric. Now, as you push it back up, it does not lock back up in the up position. But one thing that you'll notice that you'll enjoy is as you stitch, and you stop, for example, with the needle down, you can push on the presser foot lifter with your right knee and lift that foot up a little or a lot. So depending on where you're going, sometimes this is a little bit more responsive or faster than if you were to wait for the machine to actually do the little wait and hover type feature. You'll still notice that when you touch the scissors and the foot lifts up, it'll go up by itself. But sometimes bringing it down off the top and back to the fabric is nice. Another thing that I'll do sometimes if I'm only using this is, for example, when I lift up on the presser, or bring the needle up, move the presser foot lifter to the right, and I pull my fabric out by hand here, lower the foot back down on the throat plate, and then cut your thread. So this would be instead of using your thread cutter on the front of your machine. Then all you need to do is just lift the presser foot lifter a little bit, slide your fabric underneath, and start to stitch. So let me do that once again. So lift up your foot, pull out enough fabric, so either you can cut it or use the cutter on the side, and then when you go to start, you just slip it underneath. Berninas in the past have had this feature on them, and it is a nice way to kind of work through applique and not be so dependent on the lifting part of the machine. So depending if you are a Bernina user from many years ago, you will enjoy that. Sometimes the newer Bernina users, they really get in the habit of liking the needle when it stops down that the foot pops up and hovers. So let me show you on the screen what you can set, what you'd probably want to set the machine for when you're using the freehand system. So you'll notice in the settings that you can go in and set the machine to stop with the foot in the hover position when the needle stops down. So I've gone ahead and turned that off. I usually do, if I'm going to use the freehand system, the bar with my knee. But otherwise, you can go ahead and set it for that, and it will kind of do it for you. But if you wanted a little bit quicker activation, turn it off and add this bar to the front of your machine and get yourself situated. You'll find you'll really fall in love with it once you start to use it.